Alan and Ruth, the amazing couple that is sitting right next to me, and I am about to have a conversation with them. You two, you just look amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
I cannot get enough of your outfits, man. Hey, wow. Ruth, I must say props to you.
Really, I'm honored.
Wonderful, wonderful. So before we go any further, I want us to do an experiment. So in front of you, there's a dummy house. So this is now your home. This represents your home. And there's an envelope on your side and your side, Ruth. So please kindly pick up the envelopes.
Okay.
So you take up your envelope, and then you just stretch it out like that. So I will put this hat on those sides, and then you just balance it for a few seconds.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. How many years have you been married?
4.
3, 4. Awesome. Thank you. So I'm going to put down the house, but please keep your envelopes.
Sure.
And I want you to open up your envelopes and
Okay.
tell me what it show us what it is that you see.
Uh-huh.
Ah, dang. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Just remove it. Remove what is inside.
Should I?
What is that? Yeah.
Oh.
What is it? What are you seeing?
This is money.
And that's money. How much is it?
It's 100.
100. And how much is that?
Bigger money.
How big?
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
So 1,100.
Yes.
But guess what? It doesn't matter how much one is holding. Both of you manage to make your marriage stand.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter how much one is earning. It doesn't matter how much one is bringing to the table. You are in this together financially. You're in this together financially, and not just financially, in every single aspect. For your home to stand, it stood for the past 4 years because we're doing this together, and you need to keep on doing this together. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that. You will place your...
Should I keep it?
Should you keep it? We shall see whether you can go out on a date with that. Eh? Wonderful. So that experiment also teaches us something that I call interdependence. Because you said something, Ruth, that you like being independent. But in marriage, independence should not exist. It's supposed to be interdependence. Interdependence means this. I can do things on my own, but I'd rather do it with the one I love. I can raise a child on my own, but I'd rather do it with the one that I love. I can make money on my own, but I'd rather do it with the one I love. So you have to learn to be interdependent. You have to learn to need and to be needed. You mentioned that there's, because of the upbringing, that when you're growing up, maybe perhaps you felt like you had to do things on your own. Perhaps you felt like, you know, I need to protect myself because you said it. You saw what happened to your mother and you don't want the same thing to happen to you. But guess what? This is the man you love. Don't you love him?
I do.
Don't you love him?
I do.
Yes, isn't he leading you to not just heaven, Ukoleju, but also the little heaven here on earth, right? Yeah, so allow him to be able to be there for you. Let me ask you, Alan, how does it feel when you know very well she's hurting or she's going through something but she doesn't express herself?
Of course, it feels painful.
Yeah.
Because I feel she's part of me. And when part of you is grieving, you're also grieving.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. Perhaps, Ruth, you can explain to him, why do you sometimes feel like he just doesn't understand? He just doesn't get it. I want more.
I always feel like I am the lesser part here.
Yes.
Because the women are the neck.
Yes.
So the man is supposed to know my needs
Yes.
naturally without
Yes.
me explaining.
Yes.
If he sees I'm quiet for 1 hour and I'm this jovial lady, he should ask, what's the problem? Can I help or something?
Yes.
So that is where the mismatch comes in. I expect him to read
Yes.
me
Yes.
and ask.
And ask.
Because I don't want to call it pride, but what I expect is that he is able to know my problems and attend to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want more of the asking also?
Yes,
Just that
more
caring,
yes,
asking,
yes.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
What is wrong?
The feeling of cared for.
Cared for,
Like,
yes.
I don't have to express myself to him for him to know, because if he's my best friend, he knows me very well, and he should know when I change. Because if I am so talkative, then all of a sudden I change because I react very quickly. So that reaction, that changing means there's a problem. Even if it's light, it weighs me down so much.
Yes.
So I always feel like I'll feel more cared for if he pesters, like he asks. Because even if he will ask maybe once. Because he says, you tell me. If I ask you once, you don't tell me. Because ladies will like want to be pestered a little bit,
Yes.
you know, pampered a little
Pampered a
bit.
little bit. He's smiling. I think he gets it.
Yes. So when I feel I'm not pampered, I feel I'm not cared for.
Yes.
And you know, that will expand. Even if it's something small, it will expand and it will make me to, you know, get weight down very fast.
And when he does the asking, the times that he has,
Yeah.
how has he asked? Has he asked in a caring way, or has he asked like, kwani kuna shida gani?
He has asked in a very caring way because he wants to help.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what's the problem? Can I help? Am I the cause? Then I feel like he's supposed to read more, maybe speak to me until I accept. But him, he'll ask once.
And
if I
then
don't,
if you don't,
he'll tell me when,
where,
exactly. So
Yes,
then he'll
yes.
forget about
He'll
it.
forget
Then me,
about
I'll hurt him. And if I will change after a few minutes,
Yes.
that thing will still, if something else comes up, I will connect it.
Yes.
The other one he didn't ask. No, he
Yes.
didn't ask. So he just doesn't ask. He
Yes.
doesn't care.
Yes.
Those feelings are not the best.
Yeah. He mentioned that sometimes you give silent treatment, and then he also gives silent treatment.
Yes.
How does it feel when he gives you silent treatment?
Oh, that's a big blow, because I always feel like if I'm quiet, he should also be quiet. He is the one who is to be proactive because he's a man.
Yes.
So I want to ask why, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Even if I don't say then, maybe engage a conversation. Maybe
Yeah.
something very small. I feel like I don't have to say this one,
Yeah.
so I will withdraw. Then after a few minutes, he is supposed to now initiate a conversation, so we forget about any small misunderstanding that has occurred.
Yes.
But he will not. He
Yes.
will maybe also go silent, and I go silent. And I feel like the environment is blowing. I want to run away because
Yes.
I'm not used to staying in a quiet environment. So I would maybe go get some fresh air. I feel I can't stay there. Maybe I will blow or cry or no. Yeah.
And don't you think he also feels like that when you do the silent treatment? He feels the same way you feel? Alan, do you?
Yeah, sure. It happens
Yes.
because, especially when an issue is not very clearly coming out, maybe I expect she would come to me and tell me, my love, there's something that is weighing me down. However little it may be. But you see, again, we are wired differently. So it's upon I and maybe her to be able to understand that disconnect, that she's a lady who would want me to go and probe. And as you said, it's very true. For me, I may also be waiting for her to come.
Yes.
And for her, she say, this is a man.
Yes.
Let him
Lead.
lead the way. And so when I don't,
Yes.
she feels like in an empty world.
Yes.
Like, this is my man.
Yes.
Why is he not coming to probe the issue?
Yeah.
Then we sort it out.
Yeah.
And me in my world, I'm saying, okay, so my wife has decided all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What could be the problem?
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for her, and for her, she has isolated herself and saying, okay, he will come to me. So when that happens, you find there's that disconnect.
Perhaps tell her how it feels when you see her crying.
It breaks me down because this is one woman that I've loved so much, and when I see her tears, I feel it right in the middle of my heart, and therefore it pains when I see her tears. I feel like also crying, because the Bible says when you get married, you become one.
Yes.
So when that oneness, when part of that oneness is broken down, the other one will also
broken.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do when you're crying?
I want to stop crying often.
Yes.
But I also want him, when he sees days that I have a problem, to appear caring. Even if he has asked once and I'm not able, maybe to even take me out, maybe I want some fresh air, maybe to hold my hand and do something different or
Yes.
special
Yes.
that will make me feel I'm now loved and in
Yes.
the right arms,
Okay. Allow me to ask Ruth, do you overthink?
I do a lot. I overanalyze. I
You
read
overanalyze,
between
yes.
the lines so
Yes,
much,
yes.
and that's another weakness. So he will do something and not explain, then I will start feeling gaps.
Yes.
So he has done this because of this. And him, maybe he doesn't even know anything. But me, I filled my gaps, I've made my conclusions, and I've kept quiet. Yeah. So.
You beat yourself down also. Get to allow him to love you. And remember what it is that you talked about, be
Interdependent.
Exactly. Don't be, marriage is not for Mrs. Independent, like, oh, no. He wants to be there for you. He wants to be there for you. And also, Alan,
Yeah.
she also wants to be there for you. Because
Sure.
this goes both ways. This goes both ways because you both need each other. Learn to love. Because love is expressing your feelings.
Right.
Love is expressing yourself. People don't read minds. Alan cannot read your mind, and Ruth cannot read your mind. So even when you go out on your dates, just express your feelings, express your heart. It's like slow dancing. When you're slow dancing with somebody, because the person is close to you, they can step on your toes and hurt you. But when they step on your toes, you don't stop dancing. You go like, you know what, honey, that hurt. And then let's find another rhythm to just keep on dancing. So just relax. You have a beautiful marriage. You have a wonderful marriage. You two, as you said, you're leading each other where?
Heaven. You should.
Hey, man, such a lovely couple, man. I'm feeling you guys.
Thank you.
This is really wonderful. And this is the kind of marriages that we really, really, really pray and desire to have in our generation. A marriage that is just full of love and understanding. And if you are a dating or a married couple and you'd like to be part of the show to just come and share your experience and learn a thing or two about how you can enrich and strengthen your marriage, feel free to text us on 22999, or you can even reach us on all of our social media handles online. So, Ruth and Alan, this is the moment. So I'll ask you, Alan,
Yes.
to just look at your honey, your wife.
Sure.
Yeah, you just hold her hand. Yeah? She's even, ooh, this is getting very, very intense. She's even like wiping herself, like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. 4 years
Yes.
together
4 years
as a married couple.
Yeah.
So just hold each other's hands, please.
Okay. Should we stand?
No, just as you are.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 4 years of love.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So Alan,
Yes.
looking at your honey, is there anything you want to appreciate her for? Anything you want to apologize for? Anything you're committing to from now henceforth?
Sure.
Yes.
The love of my life. I want to apologize for sometimes not being too probing, because that is how God designed you. But over and above that, I want to thank you for the 4 years we've shared in marriage. I think it's the best experience ever. To thank you for being the best mother and the best wife, because most of the time you have been there and you have provided that solid foundation as a homemaker. And may God give you strength to continue being the loving wife and the loving mother to our boys. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. Look at that. He's spoken with such a powerful voice. I heard you saying that you love his voice.
I do.
So now to you, Ruth. Looking at your honey, your king, your husband, is there anything you want to appreciate him for? Anything that you want to apologize for? Anything that you're committing to from now henceforth?
Yes, of course, I have many things that I appreciate in you as the man of my life, as the head of our home. Your astuteness, your intelligence, your high IQ, and your head figure of the home. I really appreciate, and I pray that God will continue to give you grace to continue being the head of the home and a loving husband, and to be more caring. Yes, and apologize for sometimes being too over-analytical and reading wrong things that maybe you never meant, and ending up almost blowing the roofs for something that would have been handled earlier or asked directly, instead of filling the gaps the wrong way.
Sure.
Yes.
I accept.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Why don't you give her that sweet embrace that you usually give her? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So sweet, so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, you see how much you can get out of love when you choose to speak and share our feelings and our thoughts. So in case you're having difficulty in your relationship or marriage, speak out. And when your spouse, when your partner speaks, listen. Get to listen to each other. This issue has been decoded.